Triple B Hot Takes. Welcome, welcome.
Staring at the bottom of the hill. She broke my heart in the Phoenix Park and I nearly lost my will. With the
Week 7, look at the Irish. What up? Triple B here. Good morning, crusty crew. Are we going home?
No. We're going out for the weekend, chasing rainbows, going downstream. Wherever the beer flows, I don't really care. Wherever the wind blows, we're going out and we're chasing rainbows.
I am not alone, I am joined by my father, the myth, the man, the legend, and Charlie. Charlie, what are you doing? What up, Chuck? Hi, Charlie. Oh, man. What up, Roy?
Hey, another Sunday is upon us.
Oh, just relax.
Oh, shut that dog up before somebody does. Woo! 'Tis another Sunday, laddie. 'Tis another Sunday in paradise. Here we are.
We're going out for the weekend.
We're going out for the weekend.
Wherever the beer flows, I don't
Beer
really
is
care.
going to be flowing. The balls are going to be tingling. Week 7, a heavy bye week, and boy, are there some plays to be had today.
What up? Good morning, crusty crew. As I stated, I am Triple B. That is Roy, and this is a little ditty we call Triple B Hot Takes. Welcome, welcome. We appreciate you being here. I'm already not talking well, so that's a good start. It's week 7, and we are nearing the halfway mark, which is crazy to even say.
Really crazy.
But we are, and that means that buys are happening, as he stated. A lot is going on this week in terms of fantasy, in terms of games, in terms of make or breaks, and especially if you are 0-6 in your fantasy league, now is the time to start winning. I am not 0-6 in any of my leagues, thank God, but if I was, you better try to win this week, or tank if you are in a league that allows you to have the first pick of your draft. If you're last in your league, might as well put everybody on your bench then, and just tank for the rest of the season. But
don't hurt your league like that.
It is NFL Sunday, week 7, and we have the best picks around for you, starting with QBs. Now, I have 2 sleepers. I didn't even put a main one in there because I'm just feeling frisky this week. 2 sleepers for QBs. I don't even have a main slate. You can pick a main slate if you want, but I got 2 sleepers that I think are both going to be rock stars today. I got Geno Smith.
Take your pick.
And I have my sleeper of the week right off the bat.
Oh, here it comes.
Jordan Love. I love, and I love Jordan Love. This week against the Denver Broncos, we are flying into Denver, taking on the Broncos. They suck at defense.
So do we.
And supposedly our offense is healthy this week. So allegedly we should do well against them.
The alleged rapist.
If we don't, I'm going to be pretty upset. But nonetheless, Jordan Love is my sleeper of the week. Roy, QBs.
QBs. My main slate QB this week, and I've got him in my lineups. He comes in at $5,500 on DraftKings, so he's a little less expensive. I like Sam Howell, Washington Redskins, going up against the New York Giants. Sam Howell's been amazing. He scored at least 21.5 fantasy points per game for the last 5 games.
5 games.
And he has one hell of a matchup on the road against a decimated secondary in the Giants.
Disseminated.
Yeah, disseminated is right. And believe it or not, Sam Howell in the NFL this year is 5th in passing attempts and 9th overall in passing yards. So I like him today. He has a good matchup.
He is doing well.
He is doing well, yeah. He throws the ball well, and he has a future there.
Good for him.
This guy is a way out there risk, but sometimes you got to take a way out there risk. He's $5,900. Brian Hoyer, Vegas going up against Chicago. Jimmy G is out again, and there is a question mark whether Hoyer starts or that other kid gets the start there. I don't know what's going to go on there in Las Vegas, but if Hoyer starts, he is a steady backup quarterback, and he has some targets he can go to. So
Well, they better start throwing to
Josh
Devontae.
Jacobs could have a big game under that guys too.
I thought about putting Devontae in my lineup, but then I was like, wait, they don't use him ever. So
They just came out and stated, don't know if you read that this morning, that Devontae will not be traded according to the Las Vegas Raiders.
they're lost.
They are lost.
Running backs. I have Kenny Walker the third as my top this week going against Arizona, and I also have Isaiah Pacheco, who is a sleepy running back this week, who's been scoring 15 plus the last 4 weeks. Doing great. Playing a favorable matchup against the Chargers that suck against the run. They just suck in general against any offense. Their defense, on paper, should be pretty good, but they're just not. And they lose close games more than they should. A lot of questions I'm starting to have for Justin Herbert. A lot of questions I'm starting to have for that coaching staff.
Big old bad Bosa. Where are you been, buddy?
I'm having a lot of questions for the LA Chargers because on paper they should be rock stars, but they always lose tight games at the end of the game. It is a consistent thing that they've done the last 2 years, and they just proved it last week, losing to the Dallas Cowboys.
Plus, you got to admit they're going to get homered in Kansas City.
Well, and
homered.
they don't have a fan base either, which sucks for them. That's tough.
Go back to San Diego.
My risk, not much of a risk, but it's a risk for his usage. I have Aaron Jones in there. If he is supposed to do what I think he's going to do, then he is a must-start, must-play option.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to do it.
I hope so.
He's a risk.
It'd be nice to get him back, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We're missing him terribly.
I've told this to multiple people, including people at the establishment last night. I was saying that Aaron Jones is literally the best player on the Green Bay Packers, and people need to start realizing that, including the coaching staff. And if he's willing to play and he's got a little hammy, then the doctors for the Green Bay Packers have got to settle down and stop being so crazy with taking people out, which also has been a common theme the last 3 years.
Yeah.
If a guy's got a bruise on his elbow, he's gone.
Hangnail.
He's gone for 3 weeks.
Put him on
gone.
IR. Put him on IR. Jerry.
Put him on IR. He's got an elbow injury. No, Aaron Jones doesn't have an elbow injury, but hamstring is hurting, and he had a bye week, and I don't know.
You think, in all intents and purposes, he should come out of the bye week ready to rock and roll, ready to play football, and he's still listed as limited participant in practice and questionable. So
all I know is I'm reading the same exact things that I read when we went to the game against Detroit, and I played Aaron Jones in every single thing.
About 10 snaps.
And he sucked. And he didn't suck. I'm not going to put
something's
Aaron
going on
Jones,
there that we're not aware of, or Packers really just started that
They
bad.
didn't play him whatsoever. Anyways, he's my risk because it's a risk of his usage. If you want to risk it and trust it, then play him, because if they do use him full go, hell, he's a great running back this week against a shitty Denver defense. Roy, I'm talking too much. Running backs.
Running backs. I like Brian Robinson Jr. Again, a Washington Redskin going up against the Giants. There's that. He's $5,800 in DraftKings. He's the clear red zone back on the team. He's been averaging 6 out of 7 carries inside the 10. So every time that the Redskins get themselves into the red zone, they're giving the ball to Brian Robinson. And somebody's going to get their horns stuck up their ass here pretty soon. So I like Brian Robinson Jr. He has a good matchup this week. And the Giants are giving up 4.96 yards per carry and 7 TDs in the last 2 weeks.
1, 2, 3, 4,
to running
5,
backs.
6, 7.
That'd be a good count. And it's week 7. Kenneth Walker Jr., the third. Seattle. Bennett already called him out. He has become their bell cow. Charbonnet is out again, banged up. Second most carries inside the 10 in the league, and 16 tutters since the beginning of the season. So Kenneth Walker, play him.
Boom, boom.
7,000 in DK. $6,100 in DK, my risk. He also mentioned him, Isaiah Pacheco. The reason he's a risk for me is because it's Kansas City. one day they're hot on a guy, the next day they're not. The one day they play a guy, the next day they don't. One day they have the refs. That's right. The refs always call the game for
We'll
them.
get into that later.
Oh,
because
my God.
I like the Chargers
But
on paper.
I do like Isaiah Pacheco.
However,
good back, strong back.
I'm not picking the Chargers because of
Correct. It's hard to say that, but it's the truth.
It's just
NFL, you suck when it comes to rigging games. You suck.
well, especially when it's blatantly obvious. For
Blatantly
Christ's
obvious.
sake. Wide receivers. Are you done with right now?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Wide receivers. I have at my top Stephon Diggs. I don't know why, but I never picked Stephon Diggs in my drafts, in my leagues. I never pick him much in DraftKings, but today I was like, you know what? Stephon Diggs day today. I'm going to take him. He's going off. I mean, he's just going off. He plays a shitty New England team that, oh my goodness. I've never seen the Patriots so bad in my lifetime, and they suck. And I think that Stephon Diggs is going to go off, so I have him as my top wideout. Next wideout, I have him circled. Boom, boom, boom. Fire play of the week, Christian Watson.
Wow.
Yes,
Hey.
yes, yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. Going against a shitty Denver defense. Jordan Love, Christian Watson, my stack
That's a
this
good stack.
week. Sleeper of the week, stacked with
good
my
stack.
fire play of the week, Christian Watson. He's getting 7 targets, I think, in each of the last 2 games he's played. He's had a bye week. I think he's going to be full go this week. Jordan Love, get him the ball, please. Aaron Jones, if he plays, will help Christian Watson get the ball because he will take away some of the pressure from Christian Watson. I truly believe in our wide receivers. A lot of Packer fans are stressed out right now, and I understand that, but I think one thing that we can all agree on is these young wideouts that we have drafted are pretty damn good. And I did not expect that, but it's definitely real. Romeo Dubes, freaking Christian Watson, the tight end. Who's the tight end that we drafted?
Luke Musgrave.
I don't know about him.
Yeah.
But our wideouts.
Although there are a lot of guys raving on him this week online that say he's going to have a big game. I just don't see it. I don't see the Packers using their tight end. Back to the same old shit with tight ends. We don't use them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not the players, B, because we have the players. It's our goddamn coaching staff, and they suck.
Well, our
They
offensive
suck.
line is not too
That
great.
too.
Thanks,
That too.
Bakhtiari.
Yeah, thanks, Bakhtiari.
And then my third wide receiver, we discussed this earlier, Puka Nacua. This week is going to be a little bit of
Damn
this.
straight.
Last week, Cooper Kupp reaped the benefits, and everybody played him. Puka was here, Kupp was here. I think it goes like this, maybe like this. I think they both have a good week, but Cooper Kupp, all of a sudden, DraftKings is like, yep, he's back. Plug him up.
He's the man.
$9,600.
And he is. He's good.
Almost $10,000 for him, not even in a captain mode for Cooper Kupp. Absolutely not. You can get the same value for Puka Nacua, and I also am a little biased just because his his home run call of a lifetime all summer talking about this guy. I have grown a passion and respect for Puka Nacua.
Me too.
I love him, and I hope he does great this week. We need Puka Nacua jerseys.
Hey, there you go.
We just need them.
There's a
I'll
thought.
buy them.
There. I'll buy him.
I'll have a couple beers today, and I'll purchase some Puka
There
Nacua
you
jerseys.
have it.
If he scores over 15 points this week, we will be wearing Puka Nacua jerseys soon. My risk, Josh Palmer, check him out. Chargers throw to him a lot for his usage. Under $5,000. Josh Palmer going against the Chiefs. I like it.
He's been
I like
a
it. I like it. I like it.
good hit
$4,800.
lately.
Josh Palmer, dad wideouts.
There you have it. Hey, we're almost in the same vein once again. Same main vein. Stephon Diggs goes without argument. Stephon
Sounds a little
Diggs,
weird.
$8,900. He is kind of steep, but his target volume
Unreal.
with the Bills is unbelievable. Almost 46.5% target volume going to Diggs. So you know where Josh Allen wants to throw the ball.
What's crazy is
And
Gabe Davis is doing good too.
he is doing well. Surprise! He's
So the
been a
fact that
surprise.
Stephon is putting up
and
those
I've
numbers.
got him on a couple of my fantasy rosters, and I keep being reluctant to put him in, and I don't know why. Because every time I am, he scores big. So, and against the Pats D, oh come on,
God.
Jesus Christ!
I don't understand.
I mean,
What is
big
going
week
on?
for the Bills. I think we could be proven wrong, but hell, I like Stephon Diggs.
Hell.
Puka Nacua goes without saying. Everybody's taking Cooper Kupp this week. And also goes without saying that Pittsburgh is going to double up on Kupp, leaving Puka to be the boy. And he's going to have a week, I think, really
You mean
strongly.
the man.
The man. And you know what? The funny thing is, even though
What's
Kupp's
funny?
overshadowing him, Puka's still getting 30+% of the target share, so it has not dropped. His volume has not dropped.
That is funny.
It is, yeah. Huh. How about that? Plug him in, Puka Nacua. And
Plug him in.
I'm not going with old Joshy, but I am taking another Charger, Keenan Allen, against the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City's a pass funneling D.
Keenan Allen
This
has
game
been
is
my
going
hero.
to come down to a shootout, and I really like
He has been my hero
the
for
connection
years.
between
And you know that.
Herbert and Keenan Allen this
He's
week.
available in a draft. I'm taking him.
Take him.
Always.
My sleeper of the week. I have him circled. I have him starred this week. Marquise Brown, Arizona against Seattle. Here's another bell cow. Marquise Brown is getting 43.3% of the target share at Arizona. Dobbs is throwing him the ball consistently, and again, they're playing Seattle's D, which is giving up the most fantasy points per game to wide receivers in the league.
Wow. I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, there you have
Good
it.
stat. Always coming with the stats.
Marquise Brown.
Tight ends. Travis Kelce is my top one, but I also have in parentheses Puke, as you can attest to that.
Yeah, Puke.
Because his whole vibe that he's got going on this year makes me want to vomit. I don't like it at
With
all.
ya.
Good for him, I guess. If he wants all that money and all that fame, good for him. If that's really what he wants, I'm happy for him. However, as a football fan, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it to the point where I want to put my
Play
finger
football.
down my throat and vomit all
Play
over
football, Kelsey.
because I'm sick of it.
Put your ad campaign and
Sick of
your
it, sick of it,
Taylor
sick
Swift
of it,
bullshit.
sick of it.
Start playing football.
However, he's going to score probably 20 points this week. So if you
Hard to
can
argue
afford
that.
him, play him. My risk, I have two. I put two on here because I like them
hey.
both. Logan Thomas, bounce back week for him. He's having a sleepy good year. Last week,
Surprisingly,
he only
yes.
had 1 point, which is the lowest he's scored. Other than that, he's been 20s, 15s. I think he has 1 9-point game. Logan Thomas is having a good year. He's getting targeted a lot. Sam Howell likes to go to him when he's stressed out. Logan Thomas for sure. Dawson Knox is also on there for me.
Interesting.
Dawson Knox, I read this morning that his usage in the red zone is lights out. He's one of the top tight ends in the league right now for being on the field when Buffalo is
Stats.
in the red zone. He's running routes.
Stats.
Josh Allen's just throwing to Stephon Diggs.
Stats.
So, if Stephon Diggs is covered, he's going to Dawson Knox. Dalton Kincaid is not on the field in the red zone. Dawson Knox is for $2,800 for a guy that is getting a lot of targets in the red zone. It's a risk. He only has 3 receptions, 17 yards. Last 2 games, he literally has the same exact stat
Touchdown
line.
dependent, but if he's getting that many
Touchdown
red zone
dependent,
targets,
touchdown dependent, but he could have 2 grabs in the end zone, and then, oh my God,
Bada
boom,
bing.
boom, 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 boom,
Bada
spraying
boom.
all over everybody. Okay.
oh my lord.
Who's your tight ends?
How am I going to follow that? Jesus H. Christopher. Oofta. I like Mark Andrews
Pull it
this
together.
week. Baltimore and Detroit. Detroit's allowing 9.2 fantasy points per game to tight ends and 94.2 yards per game to tight ends, which is hard to believe, but if they're in the slot, that is, and Mark Andrews plays 92% of his snaps out of the slot. So good week, good matchup for Mark Andrews. My risk at tight end this week, and I like this guy. He's been coming on slowly but surely, gains a little momentum each week. However, it's going to be a little more difficult this week without Jimmy G playing. But the tight end at Las Vegas, Michael Mayer, has $2,700 in DK. He's cheap. And last week he was 5 for 75
He's been
and
doing good.
1. And he's playing 67% of the snaps.
67.
67% of the snaps for the Raiders. So I
away
think
from
Michael
the magic
Mayer
number.
is that close to having a big game.
This close. My big, old, hairy, scary D. Cue it. I have the Buffalo Bills against New England Patriots, and this week I'm doing it. The last couple weeks I've had a cheap defense and stacked my lineup with players. This week I've had the the money available to pounce on this defense, so I'm taking Buffalo this week, and I also have a pretty steady lineup as well in my DraftKings with these players. So I like Buffalo. $4,200 is a lot, but if you look at their last 4 games, including their opponents, compared to their opponent this week in New England, I would play Buffalo if you can afford it, because New England sucks ass, and they're going to throw at least 2 interceptions today, guaranteed.
That's a pretty good guarantee.
Right?
I like Washington's D against the Giants, simply just because the Giants are they're lost. I don't know what's going on with them. They're either injured or I don't
Very
know. Is
strange,
Daniel Jones
considering
playing or isn't he playing? I've heard multiple reports on that. Saquon
year
Barkley
after
is
winning a playoff
shadow of what Saquon Barkley was when he came in the league. Of course, he's been beat up I don't know how many times because they don't have a line. Yada yada.
Top-ranked running back on DraftKings. Interesting.
And Washington's D is only $3,500, so good play.
Saquon is. You see that? He's numero uno on DraftKings.
Is he really?
They put him above Eckler.
Wow.
I know.
Good luck.
Yeah. Okay, well, triple threat games. This is, like I said earlier in the show, this is kind of make or break for some people. Roy and I are kind of on the average so far this season. We are winning games, but we're also losing games. However, it's better than losing games and not winning any games.
Losing by that much, which sucks, but it's still a loss.
And we learn never bet against Kansas City, which you'll learn in a little minute here, which sucks, but it's just the truth. Yeah. So, triple threat games this week. I am 9-9. Roy has climbed the mountain. He started the year not too good. However, he's been doing very well the last couple weeks and is now 9-9 as well. So we are both literally batting average, which is fine because we're going to go all out this week. Well, depending on who he has, because I'm going all out. So if he has the same picks as me, then he is as well. Triple threat games. We're going to start with a classic battle. Washington Commanders play the New York Giants. They're giving the Commanders 3. I'm taking the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm taking the same team, except I call them the Redskins.
I don't disagree with that. In fact,
never going to call them the Commanders.
They could be called
a stupid name.
They could be called the Redskins soon enough, because apparently there is a signed thing like 100,000 plus signatures.
Yeah, apparently
by Native American people saying that it is actually an honor.
Came out on record saying we're not doing that.
Well, that sucks because you literally have whatever. I'm not going to get into that, it is BS that literally
it is. It's a
the
proud
people
name.
Of the culture are saying, "Hey, it's an honor.
Yeah.
We like the name. Why aren't you having it?" And then people that aren't even a part of that culture are saying, "No, that's racist. We can't do that."
It's our stupid ass.
I just said
culture.
the R word. We probably will be blocked. Who cares? I stand for my values, and if they want to block me, they can block me. But I will always stick up for what I believe in, and I encourage everybody to stick up for what you believe.
Darn right.
Anyways.
That was almost another Triple B explosion.
Game 2.
Getting there.
Game 2. Wow. Game 1 brought it out. Game 2, we got LA Chargers versus Kansas City Chiefs. They're giving the Chiefs 5.5, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. And I will take the Chargers in every situation possible if I see this on paper. However, from what I've seen this year, the NFL obviously wants Kansas City to win, and betting against Kansas City is just a stupid move. Unfortunately, it's just the truth. It's just the truth, which sucks. It's the dirty truth, the hardcore, raw, dirty truth. And I'm taking Kansas City because of that against the LA Chargers. Kansas City is also at home.
I can't argue.
It sucks.
I like the Chargers.
I want the Chargers to win. If they win, I'm not going to be mad.
Capacity, I like the Chargers in this game, but
you can't pick them.
You can't pick them because
it's going to come
refs
down.
are going to make sure that Patrick Mahomes has his way with this game. And
4th and 1, Chargers are driving to tie the game. They score a touchdown, flag on the play. Guy takes his helmet off, argues the call. Hey, put your helmet back on.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, you can't have your helmet off. Put it on so I don't have to throw a flag on you.
Ridiculous.
What a bunch of BS.
You can argue pass interference calls all you want, but you can't argue taking your helmet off.
Yep.
Last year, we all remember DJ Moore ended up losing a game because he scored what he thought was a game-winning touchdown, took off his helmet, and celebrated with the Carolina crowd. What did they do? Threw a flag. Field position was all fucked, and they ended up losing the game. And what does Kansas City do? Oh, pass interference. Oh, I'm going to take off my helmet. Well, hey, put that back on. Roger Goodell's on the phone. Like, dude, you can't. Like, we're trying to help you out here, man. Like, put it back on.
Don't get me. I'll have a Triple B explosion here any minute
Sorry.
over that bullshit with Roger Goodell, too. What are you thinking, NFL?
Miami Dolphins play the Philadelphia Eagles tonight in what should be one of the best matchups of the season.
Game.
It is going to be awesome. The only downside is we have to listen to Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, but it should be an epic game. Mike Tirico is an AI. Nobody can convince me that he is not. Miami Dolphins versus Philadelphia Eagles.
Chrissy's an a-hole.
Yeah, you got an AI and an a-hole. I swear to it, like, watch Mike Tirico's just watch it. That guy is a computer in a human body, and nobody can convince me otherwise. Miami Dolphins play the Philadelphia Eagles. We're on one today. I love it. This is a great show. Philadelphia is getting 3. I swear, I'm not even lying to you. Like, that guy's not real.
A spaceship just landed in our backyard.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Tirico's manning the controls. Philadelphia.
Okay. I'm gaining my composure back here. All right.
The thing is, I'm serious, but Philadelphia Eagles are -3 in this game against Miami. Miami is doing absolutely outstanding.
They are.
Crazy what they're doing on offense. Record-setting year already for them. But I like Philadelphia, bounce-back game in Philly. Philly fans are crazy. Philadelphia, give me Philadelphia.
Yeah. This is where we're going to separate the men from the boys.
You're taking Miami.
I'm taking Miami in this game because I do not think Philly is what people think Philly is. That makes sense. I think Philly is not the team that they're getting credit for being. And they've shown a lot of weakness in a lot of scenarios as of late, and losing to the Jets is just one of them.
Terrible.
So I've got Miami to go storming in to Eagle Land and take the victory. And the over and under is 52.5 in this game, so they're really expecting a shootout there as well. So
I think they
it'll be
learned
a
their
fun
lesson
game
last week,
doing
the over under 43 for a Miami game.
Right.
Miami beat that themselves.
Yeah, exactly, and they will continue to do that.
Okay, so he's taking Miami. I'm taking Philly. Upset of the week this week. I'm 3-3. Roy's 1-5. Not great on the upsets, but
yeah.
You climb the mountain in the other realm, and I believe that you can climb the mountain in the upsets too.
We'll see.
I'm taking Arizona this week, which is a massive upset. They're giving Seattle 9 points. I disagree with that. I am taking Arizona against Seattle in Seattle. Arizona is not as bad as I thought they would be this year. They have proven the last couple weeks that they're not terrible, and I don't understand how they're not doing bad, but they're not really. And I think that Seattle... 9 points is way too much. Give me Arizona.
Do you think Kyler Murray's ever coming back? I just read this morning. I just read this morning they're going to take multiple weeks to evaluate his movement.
Well, that means that Kyler Murray's like, hey, I don't want to play.
I think Kyler Murray's done in Arizona.
What a
just
joke.
My personal thought. But anyway,
Kyler
moving on.
Mouse.
My upset of the week is the Detroit Lions going into Baltimore to play the Ravens. I have the Ravens are giving Detroit 3 points in this, and I have Detroit going in there and beating Baltimore on their own.
Take the money line.
And watching another Harbaugh get tears in his eyes. Detroit, take the line.
Absolutely.
43.5 is the over and under on this, and I have...
take that too, my guy.
I have that too. So, yep, I like Detroit in that game.
Okay. Packers are back this week. Hey, yo. Packers actually play on Sunday again. It's kind of weird. They haven't played on Sunday in a bit. And they're at 3:25, which is awesome, so we can just get all chubbed up watching Red Zone, and then, boom, Packers play. It's going to be a great day today. I'm really excited. Packers, 3:25. Against Denver Broncos in Denver.
In Denver, the Mile High
I'm taking Packers.
City.
Surprise, surprise. I'm taking the Packers. And I am picking 27-20 versus Denver. Go Pack, go. Jordan Love, Christian Watson.
Okay. All right. I have the final score in this game at 23-17. The Packers are giving the Broncos 1 point, and the over and under is 45 in this game, and I have my second upset of the week, the Broncos to beat the Packers.
All right. Well, with that.
And see, you know what? There's a theory, there's a method to my madness. I haven't done well in my upsets. Think about it.
With that, we say thank you. And this song is kind of a hint at what will come to you next week. We have the Halloween special next weekend. A lot of good things coming your way. Have a wonderful NFL Sunday. And if you worked for the weekend, well, we hope it pays off and that your bets pay off today. Halloween special next week. Should be a blast. Have a great Sunday. Have a great week.
Have a beer, spread some cheer, enjoy it.
Grab a beer, spread some cheer. We'll see you on Halloween. Ooh.
Spaceship.
He's working.
Spaceship. Oh, and there's Mike Tirico driving.
Mike
He's flying
Tirico
the
is
train.
AI. Mike Tirico is a human computer.
Chris Collinsworth.
Grab a beer, spread some cheer. We seriously love you. Thank you for
Love
putting
ya.
up with us. Mwah.
See ya.